Welcome back to the Lively Legs fly tying tutorial videos. This is Fly Tyer Mike. This evening we're going to be tying the Legz Pheasant Nymph. This is how I tie this pattern, and it's been very effective. I probably tied over 1,000 of these flies since I started tying with Lively Legs, and this would be what I would consider a go-to nymph. If you're fishing new water and you're not quite sure what's in there, this nymph will catch fish for you, and I can promise you that. I tie these from a size 16 to a size 12. Today we're going to tie a size 12. Our hook is a Lively Legs Lip Splitter 720 in size 12. Our bead is a 3.0 millimeter down and dirty tungsten bead in copper. Our legs are rust, size small. Our thread is 6/0 uni thread in dark brown. Our ribbing is UTC ultra wire, size small in copper. Our body is natural pheasant tail fibers, and our thorax is peacock herl. Not a very hard pattern to tie, but a very effective one. Let's get started tying our Lively Legs Pheasant Tail Nymph. I already have my hook and bead in the vise. So our first step is going to be threading the hook. Just do a few wraps back, stopping where we want our legs to end. We'll wrap back to the bead. Trim off the excess. Our next step is to tie in our legs. On my natural pheasant tails, I like to use rust legs or purple flake. Both have been very productive for me. So we'll set our Lively Legs on the side of the hook, wrapping that in right at the bead. 3 wraps, go in between the legs. 3 wraps, go behind the legs. You look nice and straight. Trim off our rear legs. Trim off the tag, like so. Our next step is to tie in our copper wire ribbing. I'm going to put that right behind the second set of legs and wrap it all the way to our hook bend, keeping it away from me. Pull that wire out in front. Now we're going to grab our natural pheasant tail fibers. I'm going to grab around 8 to 10 of those. The way that I tie my pheasant tail nymphs, I need a little bit more fibers because I use the excess to become the wing case. So as you can see, these are a little out of alignment. So you just pull down the side that's a little bit longer. Try to get them as straight as you can. We're going to set the pheasant tail fibers on top of the hook. You want to get your length. One wrap just to get it in place. 3 wraps around. Pull your wire back away from you. Just like so. Pull your pheasant tail fibers back. Now we're going to wrap our thread back up in between the legs here. And as you can see, I'm building a little bit of a tapered body on my hook. Now wrap your fibers around your hook. You can see I'm transferring hands as I'm wrapping. That helps keep everything in line. Once you get to right behind those legs, pull your fibers straight up pull them in front of the legs, secure them into place. One extra wrap there. Now these pheasant tail fibers are going to become our wing case. Wrap your thread up in between the legs, like so. Counter rib with the ultra wire up to your wing case. This last wrap, you want it to end right on top of the thread that you used to secure your wing case. This will keep everything durable and protect your thread. Give you a nice looking nymph that will hold up for many fish. Now you can see I have my wire pulled up in between those two legs. Secure it in place. 2 wraps. You want to trim your tag, but be careful not to get your pheasant tail fibers. Make sure you get that wire tied down. Grab 2 peacock herl feathers. Stroke the fibers down so they fluff up a little bit. Give yourself a nice amount of tag to where that quill gets thick. Tie that into place. Pull them up. Go ahead and trim your excess fibers off. Now we're ready to wrap the pheasant tail with the peacock herl for our thorax. And I like to make them nice and full, with emphasis on going at least 1 to 2 wraps right behind that bead. See, there's a gap there. You have to take your index finger and pull back the leg. That'll give you a nice open area that you can wrap your peacock herl. I do 2 wraps over top, and I pull the peacock herl back. 2 wraps again. As you can see, I'm sliding my hand up and pushing my thread away, so I can't cut that thread when I trim these peacock feathers. So we got our thread out of the way. Trim the peacock feathers. Your fly should look like this. Now all we're going to do is pull our wing case down over top and use our index finger to push down, and it will fluff out the pheasant tail. So push them down. Three wraps around the top. Pull them back and put 3 wraps in there. And what that's going to do is it will really cinch down on those fibers and they will not come out. So we're going to pull our pheasant tail up in the air and trim our tag. Now we're ready to whip finish. And with using that 6/0 thread, it's a good idea to spin your bobbin and tighten that thread up a little. Do a 4 wrap whip finish. Snug it up a little bit there. Cut your thread. So now all it's left to do is inspect our legs to make sure that none of the material caught them. You see this one has a little bit of material caught in it, so I just straighten that out And there is our Legz Pheasant Tail Nymph. Relatively easy to do, not a lot of steps, but this pattern is very deadly. I've tied a ton of these over the years, and if I'm going to new water, you can bet that I will have one of these on as one of my flies to start my day. So I hope this tutorial video helped you out. Click the like and subscribe button, and click the bell to be notified when we upload new videos. So good luck with your tying adventures, and stay tuned for more from the Legz YouTube channel.